On today's episode of the Views from Section 400 podcast, football week 2, NFL week 2, the Eagles won, the Giants and Jaguars got embarrassed. What else is new? Joe Burrow's hurt. Jaden Daniels is hurt for some reason. We have craziness everywhere. Indiana Jones and the Colts are 2-0. The Cardinals are 2-0. And the Chiefs are 0-2. We're not really sure what's going on, but we react to it all. Stay tuned. See you soon.
And just like that, we're back.
A16, turn me up.
Welcome on in to episode 206 of the Views from Section 400 podcast. Today is September 16th, 2025. And Jack, the Jacksonville Jaguars may have just been Call of Duty zombies because they got mowed down by a Browning for an hour and a half.
That's just not true. This is just simply not how the game went. Yes, we lost to Jake Browning again. He is the bane of our existence, but we didn't get mowed down by him. Come on, man. There's just so many different things we can point to in that game that say the Jaguars should have won that. It shouldn't have even been close. My favorite is I was going to say the Travis Hunter PI that he turned his head around and got a hand on and everything.
Horseshit call. I'll give you that. That was terrible.
Thank you. I appreciate that. That was going to be my favorite, but the real kicker is we have a new Miles Jack wasn't down. Devin Lloyd wasn't down. When he intercepted that pass and got tackled, never hit the ground, completely rolled over the Bengal tackler and went right into the end zone. So took another touchdown away from us. Yeah. Not to mention the Joe Burrow, is it sideways?
I wanted to talk about that because I feel like for as long as I've known the rules of football, it doesn't matter if your arm's going forward. If you throw the ball backwards, that's a lateral.
Exactly.
That's what Joe Burrow did.
Like, if the ball was still very clearly in his hand, so you want to call it a fumble, great. Trayvon Walker comes up, hits it right out of your hand. Call it a fumble? Sure. Oh, this is the tuck rule, the Brady, forward arm motion. Like, if that's the case, the ball went behind the line of scrimmage. It's a lateral. It's a fumble.
Yeah.
Like, pick your poison. There's no way this isn't a fumble. We got screwed there in the first quarter. We got screwed again in the fourth. It was really tough to watch. Really tough to watch. At the same time, you can't even put it all on the officiating because we still had drop touchdown passes, drop fourth down conversions. It's infuriating. There's so many things you can point to after that game yesterday that say, how on earth did we lose that game? And it's crazy. We still should have won.
They were ahead.
Do all that crap. We should have won.
The other team had their backup quarterback. You have to win that game.
Yeah, that's where I was going to go with that. Is the Browning came in before I think it was still in the first half. Burrow went out pretty early in that game, so 3+ quarters or at least 2+ quarters of Jake Browning. And he wasn't spectacular by any stretch of the imagination on his side of the ball. There's no excuses. You can blame the officiating all you want, but there's no excuses to lose that football game. The Bengals defense is very bad. And the Jaguars didn't capitalize on a golden opportunity of Joe Burrow being out. I mean, that's a road game with Joe Burrow playing the whole time. Like, you're not expected to win. You get handed a gift on a silver platter to play Jake Browning for the rest of the game. And,
the fix was in. It didn't matter. We were beating up on Joe Burrow. We were like, Jake Browning got all the bailouts. I mean, it didn't matter. Either way, what happens, the line sets it finishes at 3.5 and the Bengals cover that 3.5 that no one had. Everyone and their mom had the Jags plus 3.5. Everyone and their mom had the money line on them. Fix was in. Fix was in.
I stayed away from that game,
It's
but I
terrible.
did have Jamar Chase touchdown. That was a big prop game.
I will also say Jake Browning, he's probably an above average backup quarterback.
They pay
So
him
I don't
as
want
such.
to. I don't want
He's
to sound like we're
fine.
completely saying he's a horrible football player, but he's not Joe Burrow. And speaking of Joe Burrow,
Of course not.
I think this is where I'm finally ready to call him, give him the injury prone tag because it's getting a little ridiculous now with Joe Burrow.
That's
Also,
every
we need
year.
a manlier name for turf toe.
Yeah,
Turf
well-
toe. We need to upgrade the designation for that.
The terminology. I mean,
Yeah.
he's getting surgery. He's out for 3 months. This is a team that I know you guys and a lot of other people are maybe not Matt, but I know you, Brian, have a lot of faith in. I didn't. Defense isn't that good. I don't see how they can get this done with Jake Browning, but hey, let's see what happens. Maybe Burrow comes back and ready. They're in a playoff picture.
They had Sam Hubbard do the gong or welcome to the jungle, whatever they call it, before the pregame. He looks like he could still play. And they might need him to come back to help that defense if it's going to be Jake Browning.
Yeah, he pulled the Kuechly, Donald, all of them. Just like, hey, man, I'm good. Got my money. Played enough seasons. I want to be healthy. Calvin Johnson. The list goes on.
Yeah, looking at the Panthers lately, you can't really blame Luke Kuechly at all for wanting to get out of there.
Yeah.
But
No.
speaking of dysfunctional organizations, my New York Giants. I thought we had a win. I really did. And then Brandon Aubrey happened.
Hold on. I wasn't quite done. I mean, what? I get one sentence on the Jaguars. And then we move on, Brian?
have
I get it.
you
You're
can keep going.
well, I just had one question for Jack because we didn't talk about it. It's a genuine question, and I want to gauge his as diehard Jags fan his level where he's at because we didn't touch about an extremely important moment. Two things. I guess the question would be what percentage of blame is on the quarterback Trevor Lawrence. And two-parter, your thoughts after Trevor waved off Liam Cohen in a pretty important moment of the game, just dismissed the new head coach kind of like, chill, bro. I know how to lose on my own already.
Yeah, well, addressing that, I obviously was watching the post-game presser, and Liam Cohen and both him and Trevor Lawrence talked about that. And when they were asked about it, they were laughing, they were chuckling, they were saying, we appreciate that from each other. Trevor has been a guy who, I'll say it, hasn't necessarily shown himself to be a leader, very vocal and everything. He, stays very, what's that term? Like a stone, man. Like he's just very stoic, I guess might be the term. But he doesn't really be vocal, and that's what you need out of your quarterback, obviously. So that's Liam Cohen trying to fire him up, trying to get him going. Actually seeing Trevor wave him off, I love that. I love to see that. That's him showing some emotion, some actual grit out there. I got this. And honestly, I liked what he did. I liked what he did. And they were talking about it afterwards. They were cool with it, so I'm cool with it.
And so, yeah, I didn't see the post-game stuff. That's why I asked. I figured you were up to the know on what was going down in the post-game. But
For sure.
Definitely not a good look in real time, which is why I asked. But
yeah, Liam Cohen was just getting fired up, and Trevor was basically like, "Come on, let's move on."
No, for sure. I guess the second part was what percentage of that loss is on Trevor Lawrence? I mean, certainly part of the blame's got to be on him.
Yeah, certainly part of the blame, but man, everyone, this is everyone always wants to harp on the bad, right? You do so much good throughout a game, but you have those 2 interceptions that are just the main stink on it. You can't have the red zone picks. That stuff just, you would think it's going to get better as it goes on. Look, we got to keep in mind, I really don't think that he's had great coaching to this point. This might be the first good shot we've got. I do think that things are going to get better and better throughout the season. The red zone interceptions, turnovers, fumbles, all of it's got to stop. But at the same time, you can't tell me that Diami Brown couldn't catch that ball for an easy touchdown in the end zone. Brian Thomas Jr., wide open right across the middle, can't catch the ball multiple times. There's just so many things that you can't put on Trevor Lawrence that, those 2 interceptions, as bad as they were, I'm not that mad about him. I'm really not. Like 10, 20%, honestly.
Can we talk about Brian Thomas Jr.? Because I'm getting ready to put him on fraud watch. I don't know if it's Trevor Lawrence not being able to get him the ball, or if we have a little Kyle Pitts situation on our hands.
It's the sophomore slump.
Yeah, there's he allegedly came into this one with a wrist injury and was trying to avoid contact as much as possible. If you go back and watch if you go back and watch you haven't seen anything about this?
Brian doesn't seem
No.
convinced on that excuse.
You haven't. Go check Twitter, man. It's a brutal place for Brian Thomas Jr. right now. People are saying that he's scared to get hit, and if you go back and watch his plays, his catches, especially the drops, not the catches, the drops. He looks like he's scared to get hit. And I don't know how you play football like that. That's my opinion off of what I saw. That's what a lot of people are saying, but it's kind of scary right now for Ryan Thomas Jr.
Okay, I didn't realize it was that bad.
Yeah.
It's not a good start to the year. He essentially was shut out in week 1, had the rushing touchdown, and then the big drop. Was it the 4th down when they could have iced the game that he dropped?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's not a good couple of weeks for BTJ.
Yeah. Drop touchdowns, drop passes. It hasn't been good. And look, there were these concerns about him and Trevor Lawrence not being on the same page at the start of last season before Trevor got hurt. And a lot of people were super high on Brian Thomas Jr. for fantasy football this year. Obviously a top 10 guy in pretty much all drafts, but a lot of that production came from like 10 reception games on like 15 to 17 targets from Mac Jones at the end of the season when we weren't playing for anything. And there was definitely some concern that him and Trevor weren't going to just, be putting up those numbers that he was able to put up with Mac Jones. That's not to say that I want Mac Jones over Trevor Lawrence. That is just very simply not the case, even though he had a great day.
Yeah, we'll get into Mac Jones in a bit.
But yeah, it's taking time. I mean, keep in mind, these guys have only played maybe like 6 to 8 games with each other to this point. So we got to give it time. Like a lot of things, the window is not this year for a Super Bowl. But I mean, given the way the rest of the AFC South looks, there's definitely a shot we can still win this division. Colts are giving us a scare, though.
Yeah, and we're gonna have to talk about them too. I can't believe Daniel Jones is playing like this right now, but again, he's the one that got away, and the Giants are stuck with Russell Wilson. 450 yards, and Brian Thomas Jr.'s college teammate Malik Neighbors, 160 yards, 7 catches, most catches ever by a player in their first 17 games, and the Giants still find a way to lose.
Yeah, he had a monster day. Malik Neighbors looks like the real deal.
Yeah, proving that he's still the best guy there, whether his attitude's good or not. He's clearly the best wideout. Russell Wilson.
You want your receiver to have an attitude.
Sure, A.J. Brown does too. I agree. But at least the Eagles win games.
Yeah, that's also true.
So there's a little bit of a give and take there. Like A.J. Brown doing it it's, hey, he wants the ball because he wants to win. Malik Neighbors is doing it, and it's like, hey, does this guy even want to play here? I mean, I don't think the question is that for A.J. Brown. It's not.
I don't know. I think Neighbors, it's frustrating because he feels like he's the only good part of that offense, which he is. So he should get the ball, which they got him the ball in the Cowboys game, and they still found a way to lose because their defense is terrible.
I don't think you can – he's clearly the best, but I think some credit needs to be handed to Wan'Dale Robinson, who had a very nice game yesterday as well.
Yeah, he always does this. He pops up for like 3 games a season. And
they don't get him the ball.
Well, he doesn't get open very often.
I saw Theo Johnson make a catch yesterday. Just one.
Yeah, he had a few.
Theo made a couple.
5. Yeah.
Theo made a couple. He was look, they were airing the ball out all over the field. 450 yards is 450 yards. I mean, somebody's got to catch it. So that's what you saw with the Giants yesterday. And it was a shootout. It was probably the most entertaining game in terms of total points being scored and back and forth. And what was there? 6 lead changes in the fourth quarter. Brandon Aubrey hitting unbelievable time expiring field goals. I mean, if there's everything the Cowboys do wrong, They had a scout that found him playing pro soccer, and they recruited him, but they haven't paid him yet. So we'll see him walk here shortly.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. They get to midfield and they're running the ball to tee up a field goal.
Yeah, even the announcers were like, what are they doing running a draw here? Like, you're only going to get a few yards on a run play. You don't want to try and pick up another chunk. Like, not when you have Brandon Aubrey. You don't need it.
Yeah, he hit from 64, and it didn't look like he was going full power. He was still trying to aim it, which he should. So he could probably make a 75-yard field goal, and he might have to eventually with the way the Cowboys give up points.
I think they'll run him out there to go for it. But Jackson Dart, one snap in this game.
Yeah, one snap and he tripped on the turf monster.
Yeah, I don't know
So
what they
weird.
were.
They ran a couple like RPO, not even RPOs, just basically a read option plays with Russ, and some of them worked. I don't understand why. Maybe they're in the playbook for when Dart eventually takes over, but why not put Dart in there if you're going to run that?
I think the Giants are at a weird crossroad of they don't even know what they're doing. Like they could have went and won yesterday or 2 days ago, whatever you want to call it. They had a chance to win with Russ. Do they want to get Dart in there so that they can be more prepared for next year? Russ is only on a 1-year deal. Is it a second-year player option?
Just 1 year straight up.
Yeah, so he'll be gone after this year. I mean, there's no way they're keeping him around unless he rips off 11 straight wins and they magically make the playoffs and go on this magical run. That I think is the only way Russell Wilson returns to New York next year.
Yeah, I don't understand why. There's rumors already that they're in talks with the Bengals to trade Jameis. Go trade Russ to the Bengals. I mean, I'm sure they view Russ as a better option than Jameis. And you might be able to get a little bit more.
You just put on a great display. It depends. If I'm the Giants, if somebody's calling about Russell Wilson's availability, I'm not being stingy and trying to get great return out of it. I'm just trying to offload that.
They'll probably give you like a fourth or a fifth.
Yeah. Get something for him is better than nothing, and that's one thing that's one thing I really like about Gladstone right now is he's moving people. Like, he's getting us picks. I know everyone wants to harp on us for giving away the Travis Hunter first-round pick next year, but we've got 13 picks in the next draft already. Like, we good.
And you got to be good at drafting. The Giants could have all the picks in the world.
Finding the diamonds in the rough, which we don't know yet. But, yeah, I don't know. It's even though the Cowboys won, their defense is atrocious. The offense will be fun, I guess.
I mean, they almost lost to the Giants. So.
Yeah, this was just two bad teams slapping each other in the face. Honestly, the Giants O-lineman was literally slapping Cowboys defenders in the face.
I think the announcer said pregame that this is or maybe it was Scott Hansen, but somebody said that this was the first time in like 20 years that the Cowboys and Giants have played at 1 o'clock on a Sunday. Like, it's always a primetime game.
Primetime or 4 o'clock Fox game.
It's a mid-off this year, so.
Yeah.
Very much a mid-off.
The whole Giants kind of season, at least for me right now, is going to be seeing if Malik Neighbors can pass Odell for most catches in his first 20 games. He is 18 away. He's got 3 games left to do it.
Gonna have to find a new goal or something new to watch out for in 3 or 4 games.
Yeah. And that's the NFL record, by the way, not the Giants record. So all those people that hate on Odell,
hate on him because he had 2 good years and then
3.5
turned into an egomaniac, like all about me star, and his career blew up, dude.
Yeah, he had 3 of the best years the receivers ever had. Then he had a good start with the Browns, got hurt, and then had the good couple of games with the Rams and the good Super Bowl, got hurt, and then his career ended.
Yeah, basically. But he did get paid out in Bitcoin by the Rams, I think. So.
He did. And he held after it sank.
Savvy play by him.
I would love to get him back in the building. But let's talk about a good team, Matt. Your Eagles. They beat the Chiefs again. Yeah,
in a game I can't say I was really expecting the Eagles to win. Not because they're a bad team and the Chiefs are better, but I thought this was going to be an NFL ref show. And it kind of was, but it was in the Eagles' favor for a handful of plays. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, the offense, you can blame it on Kevin Patullo. You can blame it on maybe it was just a high intense Arrowhead game that, things are going to look a little choppy. It's still only week 2 going into that environment. It was 90 degrees and humid and muggy too, which I don't think a lot of people accounted for because it's mid-September, but that was like a mid-July day in Kansas City yesterday. So something just to note. I know they're professional athletes, but 90 and muggy is not fun to play football in. It was a good win by the Eagles. I don't think it really mattered if they won or lost. It wasn't going to decide the NFC for them. I really, not saying I wasn't rooting for him, but I just thought, there would be a play at the end for Patrick Mahomes to get saved by the refs, and he wasn't saved. So look, it's a change. Maybe Mahomes doesn't have the refs on his side as much as we've seen in the recent past, but good win for the Eagles, road win, battle tested. Look, this team is young, but I mean, they've been together now for a few years. They're battle tested. They've been on the road, tough environments. You can hate Nick Sirianni for being a cornball, but he's a heck of a coach. And I think anybody in the NFL would take him as their head coach because the guy just lives, breathes, loves football. He commands the locker room, and there's so many good things.
I think
Nick Sirianni
commands the locker room.
That might be true. Nick Sirianni, he doesn't win cornball of the week. Jalen Hurts wins cornball of the week after
he's
his
always
comments.
a cornball too.
I know, but he wins them this week after his response to the Devonta Smith question. Did you guys see that?
I didn't see that. I saw him chirping back. I thought he was electric when he chirped. What was it, Chris Jones?
Yeah. I'm talking about in off the field. He was asked by a reporter Devonta Smith fell down pretty hard on his back. Did you say anything? Or what did you see there? Did he say anything? He's like, yeah, Smitty, he fell down hard, but then he came up clutch.
Yeah, dude, if you're still getting bothered by Hurts quotes, dude, he's been doing this since he's entered the league.
I'm not
bothered. Doing this with Bama.
Yeah, I haven't even seen it. Yeah, he probably did it in college too. I mean, he did. Remember when the Vanderbilt guy chirped him? That's when I think it started. When he was like, theoretically, they are next on the schedule or whatever. They won 60-0. But look, sure, the passing yards weren't there. He did throw 15 to 22, which is pretty good percentage. 101 yards through the air, which isn't a lot. No turnovers, which is huge. And they got the win. Did they lean on Saquon Barkley? Sure. You're paying the guy $20 million a year.
Came out there.
I didn't mean to. Did they lean on Saquon Barkley? Sure. 22 carries, 88 yards, and a touchdown. So you do the running back you're paying $20 million a year to. And they got the win. The Eagles defense, which was heavily in question coming into the year of all the pieces they've lost, has looked really good, other than maybe some question marks with the cornerback too. But, they've held the Chiefs to 17 points. They hold Dallas to 20 points. That's pretty good in the NFL, if you ask me.
Yeah, I think my main takeaway from this game was the Chiefs are a lot worse than I thought they were, and I should have listened to you. We know the Eagles are a good team, and they showed why, that they dominated this game. And
and it was, I think, a lot closer than what it really should have been.
Oh, it was a lot closer on the scoreboard than what the game felt like. First time the Chiefs are 0-2 since 2014.
I think I'm on the opposite side here. I think the Chiefs were a couple plays, given how close it was. I think the Chiefs were a couple plays away from actually winning this thing. If Mahomes doesn't overthrow Tyquan Thornton 3 times, I think it's a different game.
Yeah, if Kelsey doesn't drop the perfect ball in the end zone and then gets picked off, but it felt like every time the Eagles touched the ball, it felt like they were going to score, and the Chiefs just kept shooting themselves in the foot.
The
Eagles were definitely the better team. I'm not trying to take that away from them. Everything I saw, I definitely think the Eagles were the better team.
They are the better team.
Yeah,
well, they play 10 times, they're going to win 8.
I don't know how to analyze it, but they're just it's, obviously watching the Eagles my whole life back in the mid 2010s. This is the type of game that the Eagles keep close and lose. Even start a Wentz era and after they won that first Super Bowl, that for those first couple of years, it's just they get in these tight games and just would always find a way to lose. It would never go their way, and it would always be a close loss. And I think they've really turned the page, turned the curve, changed the culture and the identity of the team now to where, we get in these dogfight, battle-tested road games, and they come out on top. And I think that's a really, really strong trait to have in the NFL. It's not easy to win. It's not easy to win on the road. And I feel confident going into week 3 at home in a potential NFC Championship preview against the Los Angeles Rams.
Yeah, the Rams have looked good. It's hard. Well, not hard. It's never easy to win in the NFL, but having the tush push certainly helps, especially when you're on the road. And I think this is the year we're finally going to see it get banned. Twitter is just crazy all of Sunday.
Twitter's crazy. I think the Eagles, whether it's the refs, the Eagles, the guards were jumping early. The defense is lining up off sides. There's multiple things.
It's become a joke.
It's starting to become a little over the top. It wasn't before this year. They had the whole song. It wasn't as bad as what we saw yesterday.
I think the Commanders made a mock of it, a big enough mock of it in the NFC Championship where something probably should have been done, but absolutely nothing was.
Yeah, they can't do anything mid-year, so
no, of course not. Yeah,
we're here for the long haul this year, and it does, if it keeps dude, the defense is lining up off sides.
Who was it? Was it Frankie Louvu who jumped over the pile 2 plays in a row, and they were like, "If you do it 6 times, do it again."
We're gonna award them 6. That's kind of like what you have to do because both, like Matt's saying, both of the lines are off sides. They're all in the neutral zone. There is no neutral zone on a tush push.
Yeah,
it's not football, but.
We're here. The reason why it's been able to kind of stand is because other teams are trying to do it and failing so epically at it that they're like, well, other teams are doing it and they suck. I guess the Eagles are just really good at it, which they are. It's starting to turn into, I don't know,
a joke.
A joke, I guess, is what you could call it, but. For now, they're allowed to do it. They're the only team in the NFL that can run it successfully, and they're going to continue to do it until they're told they're not allowed to anymore.
Yeah, Auburn Tigers, by the way, 4 for 4 on tush pushes so far this year.
Yeah, I don't know how the heck the Jags stopped it last year when we played you guys, but somebody
got some big guys on that D line.
Yeah, big boy Schmoot.
Yeah, it's more of you need to have. When it's so tight like that, you
gotta want it more.
There's no stopping it, dude.
They have a quarterback and running back that squat like 1,400 pounds combined.
Yeah, that also helps.
Behind a big old line.
We have Travis Hunter.
That does definitely help. That they're able to do that, but yeah, man. It's here to stay. The Eagles are 2-0, leaders of the division, and again, barring a major collapse that we did see in 2023, should get our first NFC East repeat division winner since 2004, which, by the way, was the Eagles.
Yeah, the Eagles feel this year like the Chiefs have the last couple, where it feels like they'll be in the NFC Championship game, and then that's kind of when their season starts. They don't have Mahomes, so that's the big difference. But in terms of just dominance,
but it's just the just athletic and talent ability.
Their division isn't that great.
Division isn't that great. It feels like anybody. They feel like the best team in football. If you put them up against the Bills, I think I'll take the Eagles. They put them up against the Chiefs. We just saw yesterday. Eagles won. The Ravens. We handled the Ravens, not easily, but pretty dominantly last year. Again, on the road. It's the Eagles, and then who's going to beat them, especially coming off a Super Bowl win.
Maybe Green Bay. Green Bay might be the only chance.
Well, here's the
Jack.
deal.
In the NFC,
They get Detroit at home. They get Green Bay on the road. So they play the Rams this week at home. I mean, they're playing.
Well, it won't matter until we see the play. They'll be in, like you said, they won the division. They'll be in the playoffs. We'll see who they match up against, and if
But I'm saying you're getting a lot of previews before the playoffs against potential.
That's always fun.
I mean, Packers, Lions, and Rams could all be
probably
playoff.
the three best contenders.
Probably the best contenders for the NFC. So I mean, the fact you get that in the regular season is always nice to get a gauge, a little bit of a gauge at least. I know the playoffs are different, but
you get the chance to get a game ahead on them and to try to get it to go through the link.
Yeah, you definitely do. But yeah, again, still too early, and not that I'm not going to be excited, but kind of to your guys' point, like it feels like okay, the Eagles win a game, maybe they drop a game, like it's not going to be like torch the town and fire everybody if they lose a game or two or three games. It's like they're going to get to the playoffs, and that's when the season starts. Again, knock on wood, bearing crazy collapse injuries, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
It
must be nice. Must be nice.
Yeah, it is nice. You have a competent organization. What can I tell you?
Yeah. Well, we can move over to another competent organization against a complete incompetent one. The Lions blew out the Bears at home. Jahmyr Gibbs, Montgomery running all over. Jared Goff wasn't throwing any completions. The Lions were getting turnovers and then running Ben Johnson plays to celebrate those turnovers. This went exactly as I thought it would.
Yeah, maybe not this bad of a blowout, but pretty much I expected a Lions win.
Yeah, I was not as confident. I definitely had the Lions winning this game. They weren't going to lose to good old Ben Johnson, but Uncle Ben there. But at the same time, I did not expect 52 points on their head. I mean, they really took it all out on Ben Johnson. Jared Goff, he was my player of the weekend. 23 of 28, just incredible numbers there. 335 and 5 touchdowns. Spreading it around, getting it done. I mean, they took the Bears out back.
Yeah, at least the Bears can't blame this loss on Caleb Johnson, or not Caleb Johnson. The Pittsburgh Steelers can blame their loss on Caleb Johnson, but the Bears can't blame Caleb Williams for this one. He gets a pass for this week at least.
You knew it was going to happen, man. Ford Field, Brian. They had the Fox cameras going. And, I think they had Kenny Albert on the call out of all people. Thought maybe it would have had somebody else, but.
Yeah. Kenny always gets the decently big games. The Bears just suck, so they don't want to send out their A crew there, especially in Detroit. You always got to worry about the safety issues. Can't be losing your A crew to a disaster in Detroit.
Yeah, no, it was never going to be the A crew, but.
I will say I disrespected Isaac Tesla in our draft live stream. He is electric.
Yeah, he's good. He's been
Solid
making some incredible catches through his first 2 games.
I think so, yeah. Amon-Ra St. Brown, top 5 wide receiver.
I think he's got to be. And
Yeah.
he's been healthy. I'll knock on wood for him, but he's been healthy for the past 2 years now, like 2 full years.
Looked really, really dominant.
He's a beast. Jameson Williams looked good. Jahmyr Gibbs always looked good. Jared Goff looked good, which, I mean, this whole team, they did a 180 from last week. They really did not look good in week 1, but really showed out. Had a lot to motivate them, I guess. I mean, what's the beef? They really hated Ben Johnson, I guess. 52 points?
Yeah, it felt personal. And
It did.
I understand it. Like, you want to beat him like that, but you don't have to pick him off and then run plays you were running last year with Ben Johnson and run up the score in the fourth quarter. But Dan Campbell's the type of guy to do that.
Definitely.
Yeah, Ben Johnson almost defended the Lions. He was like, when they went for it on 4th and goal or whatever it was, he was like, that's what they do. When it's 4th down, they go for it. And, even though we were getting blown out, sure, it might have looked like they ran up the score, but that's what they do on 4th down.
Yeah, I think there is something too to be said. You get embarrassed in week 1, and you just want to get all that frustration out. I'm sure there's some tiebreaker with point differential that Dan Campbell probably is an analytics nerd yelling at him. We got to get that fixed after getting blown out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
probably. What are you gonna do?
Maybe. You think Dan Campbell gives a crap what the analytics nerd has to say?
No.
I think he might. He seems like he's willing to.
No, Dan Campbell seems like a good guy.
Jack, where? I apologize for not knowing. I should know this. Where exactly is Caleb Williams in your quarterback rankings for this year? I want to say you had him at like 24.
Yeah, somewhere around there.
Do you regret putting him or not putting him lower?
Potentially. He could have made his way down the list a little bit lower for sure. I just definitely had a little bit of faith in Ben Johnson helping him avoid a sophomore slump. I mean, I guess to slump, like Matt likes to say, you have to be good in the first place. So I was kind of hoping that Ben Johnson would help him take that next leap. But look, new coach, only his second year, new playbook. Let's give him some time. It's 2 games.
Yeah, it is early. It's just I was rooting for
It's
them.
early, but we've seen the same kind of Chicago Bears from last year, and then obviously years of the past of being bad. So
Yeah, choking away game 1 did not help them.
no,
This has been I think this game would have been a lot more competitive had they had not choked away that first game. But starting 0-2, I'm with you, Matt. A lot more of the same old stuff.
it's 0-2, but it's same trend from last year, which we have a huge sample size. So even though it is early, it doesn't look like a change is imminent.
Yeah, there's a lot different kind of vibes around like an 0-2 Chiefs and an 0-2 Bears.
Right. Like
For
Chiefs, you're still like, okay, like it's Mahomes, it's Andy Reid. They've been here, done that. Like they're gonna turn it around. Bears, it's like, okay, yeah, they got Ben Johnson, Caleb Williams. Okay, maybe
It might just not be good.
But
Yeah,
but
no,
but
don't know.
but we're 0-2 and we play in the toughest division of football, so we're kind of already out of it.
Yeah. Well, at least our saving grace is the Vikings might kind of stink with McCarthy there.
Yeah.
Well, he's hurt too.
Yeah, we'll get to that.
He'll be out for a few games, just like
I mean, if you were
We'll have
betting,
Carson Wentz back in
Brock
the NFL.
Purdy, Joe Burrow, all
Yeah.
these guys.
Do we want to talk about Rams and Titans? I wrote in my notes, boring in all caps, and Cam Ward had a cool throw.
I don't have much to say. The Rams are a pretty good team, and the Titans are not.
I think the Titans, to their credit, at home, Rams coming across the country, 1:00 game. For a little bit there is a close game. It wasn't a Rams cakewalk or dog walk. The Titans stayed competitive, as they did in week 1 as well. So Titans 0-2 still probably aren't a good team, but they've battled these first 2 weeks. And I think, as a Titan fan, I don't know if they're actual fans or just fair weather or what their fan base consists of, but I think the Titans, even though 0-2, have battled. They haven't laid over and played dead with a rookie quarterback and not really much else.
Yeah, Billy and Plank are the Titans only fans.
There's some other ones. Allen's a big Titans fan. Shout out Allen.
Yeah,
down there.
The
in Nashville.
tourists of Nashville.
Yeah, like it's a very big tourist
country
town.
music singers down there. I don't know. They got some fans. It's definitely.
Yeah, you think Luke Bryan's a Tennessee Titans fan?
No.
Sounds like Forrest Gump, which I guess is what you would go for. Cam Ward looked better in this game. I think that's kind of what the Titans fans are looking at. I mean, maybe there's no Titans, but the 3 Titans fans in the world are looking for Cam Ward to progress as the year goes on. And 19 of 33, 175, a touchdown. Better than his first game.
Yeah, if you're a Titans fan, shoot us a DM or a comment, and we'll shout you out. Try to connect you with another one.
Yeah, try to get you a group to talk ball with.
Oh man! Speaking of the Titans and the AFC South, how about the Colts?
Dude, Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Transparent Roof.
I'm so pissed that I didn't see this
Shout out
coming.
Lucas Oil.
I'm so pissed that I didn't see this coming.
I know this was Daniel
Who-
Jones might win the MVP.
Who could have seen this coming?
Dude, sometimes I have these weird things, but it's all good, dude. My team's the Raiders.
I
Yeah, the
mean,
Raiders
quite
look
honestly, the only way I could have seen this coming, like thinking about it, like real hard in retrospect, it's 2-0 now. Like, is Daniel Jones the Russian quarterback that Shane Steichen needed, not Anthony Richardson? Like, he just needed Daniel Jones the whole time?
We've
Like,
seen
that's
this. We
nuts.
Giants fans were calling him Vanilla Vic for a reason. I think it's pretty clear now. It's the Giants. It's not the quarterbacks that are the problem in New Jersey, in Jet Life. If you would have told me going into this season a team would set the NFL record for consecutive drives scoring, Daniel Jones would have been like the 50th quarterback I would have picked to lead a team to do that. The Colts just did that. 10 consecutive drives to open the season, they scored.
No punts to start the season through 2 games. It's just incredible.
First 2-0 start since 2009 for the Colts.
And to do it against the Broncos defense too is I don't know, man. Watching that game, I was a little confused as to whether it was the Colts being good or the Broncos defense not really showing up on the road.
Well, the Broncos did have this game won, and then they committed that penalty, just atrocious penalty by touching the long snapper on a field goal and giving them 15 yards.
But I mean all game, brother. The Colts had, let me not mix it up here, but I'm pretty sure the Colts put up like 475 total yards.
Daniel Jones threw for 300.
Yeah, I think the Broncos maybe just aren't as good as everybody hyped them up to be. The Chiefs are 0-2, and the Raiders win tonight, and they're in first place in the AFC West. It's what it is.
If the Chargers win too, they're tied though. You might have to deal with it. Might be Raiders Chargers going back and forth, and the Broncos and Chiefs just suck.
Look, this is, we'll see what happens tonight. I know we'll have the answers. Everybody's watching this, but Raiders win tonight, dude, and the Chargers take or the Raiders take gets very, very loud. Does it not?
I think the Broncos are a lot worse than what people thought they were. Evan
the
Ingram.
Broncos are, regardless of what the Raiders do, the Broncos are not as good as everybody hyped them up to be. But could it be Brian? You were like, Chiefs have this AFC West wrapped up. They're 0-2 and have shambles of their own to deal with.
Yeah, I basically
have a wide receiver.
I'm not willing to bet against Mahomes until he proves me wrong, which he might prove me wrong this year when you have Tyquan Thornton and
I know they get Rasheed Rice back week 6, which
that's going to be big for them.
Probably will help a lot. Has to help a lot. I mean, he was electric when he's on the field.
He's a 1,000-yard receiver this year, even with the suspension.
You think?
Yeah. With Mahomes throwing him the ball, yeah.
The way the pass catchers are looking right now, he might catch 20 balls a game. Also, the Chiefs is a big get-right game, Sunday Night Football against the Giants this week.
2-0-2 teams. I mean, the Chiefs could come out and score 50 points.
Yeah, I'm going to be so honest. Russell Wilson.
The Cowboys just did that.
The Giants better have something left in the tank because if they come out and give us a classic 6 points of offense, I'm going to riot after having Russell Wilson throw for 450 yards on a Sunday at 1 o'clock when there's 10 other games on, and then we go watch Sunday night. We can't get anything that resembles that. I'm going to be so mad.
I'm hoping it's Jameis Winston quarterbacking and Russ is in Cincinnati for the sake of my Bengals to win the division bet and the Giants having fun.
That'd make me happy.
Whatever.
I do think we see Dart in the 5th game against the Saints. The Giants will lose to the Chargers and the Chiefs, and then they'll put in Dart.
Yeah. They could lose 50-0 on Sunday, and he could be trotting out there week 4. The problem is they have to justify. I mean, is it true Dable had to go to management, to upper leadership, and he has to get an approval on putting Jackson Dart in. I mean, what does that say as an organization or a coach? I thought that was a thing that he went to management, or was that another Centel report?
It could have been a Centel, but it wouldn't surprise me because John Mara specifically told Joe Schmo not to let Saquon Barkley go to the Eagles. And then a day later, Saquon Barkley went to the Eagles.
I mean,
so I can't really blame him for micromanaging.
Yeah. So whatever it is, the Giants are in shambles. It's we know this, but
yes, let's move along.
Yeah, let's go to the other team in New York, also in shambles. The Jets losing to the Bills. Both quarterbacks got hurt in this game, but Josh Allen came back. Justin Fields did not.
That was a sick bloody nose.
Yeah, that was nuts. The Jets had a lot of hope after the week 1 loss. Usually after a loss, you're not looking there's not a lot of positives, but just how bad the Jets have been for however many years you want to go back. Really, really bad. So after that week 1, you're like, can you say maybe we have a franchise quarterback after week 1? No, but I know they were really excited for what Justin Fields could look like going forward. And that offense, I mean, just completely shut down, completely humbled by the AFC East division winners, and it's the Buffalo Bills.
No doubt.
James Cook had a run in this game, and I'll give out a little spoiler. It's my aesthetically pleasing play of the day. But he had a crazy cutback run in this game. He scored another touchdown. I think they want to feature him now that they paid him. And if the Bills can run the ball like that with a guy like James Cook that's getting carries, this offense is going to be scary. Because it's scary when they let Josh Allen do everything, and they haven't let James Cook for the past 3 years. And now it looks like they finally will.
Well, they let James Cook last year.
They gave him touchdowns, but Ray Davis was still getting a ton of work. Like, at least in this game, James Cook was almost exclusively back there, besides Ray Davis on like 3rd and 16.
He was earning his money.
He was earning his money. They paid him. Might as well use him now.
Yeah. No, I mean, I'm all for it, man. He's a great player. And, I don't have much to say on this game. The Bills are definitely one of the best teams in the NFL, and the Jets are at the opposite side of the spectrum. So we move along.
Yeah. Just shout out to Rod Taylor, too. Every year, he just finds a way to stay relevant and get in football games. So he'll probably start next week for the Jets. So shout out to Rod or Tyrod. He changes how you want it to be said every year as well.
You hear Bijan's back to Bijan?
He is back to Bijan?
He's back to Bijan.
No more Bijan?
Nope.
He probably doesn't want to get his brand deal with Dijon Mustard taken away. Let's talk some Saints and 49ers. Mac Jones. The Mac Jones experience is here.
Look, I think I was talking about it with some guys in the office. He's not a bad backup. I mean, there could be worse quarterbacks to have as a backup. I think he's good enough, and again, it helps you play the Saints too. But if that's the guy,
-3 was such a joke.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, wasn't that it was? I mean, what was it? 26-21. It wasn't exactly sweat free, but they did cover, and it was a tight line, and it probably shouldn't have been a tight line, all things considered. Spencer Rattler looked pretty good in this game as well. Got to give him credit where credit's due. Still yet to get an NFL win though, but yeah,
shout out the Rat Pack.
0-8 now.
Yeah, so that's going to start weighing on his shoulders, and I'm not sure that they'll ever get it.
Yeah, well, to your point, shout out Spencer Rattler and shout out the Rat Pack because he had a pretty good game. But dude, I mean, the 0-8, as much as the quarterback is the most important, you cannot put this 0-8 start to his career on him. They're just such a bad football team. They don't have what Mac Jones has to work with, which is an elite defense. A first-round wide receiver from last year, CMC, one of the best running backs of the past 2 decades. Like, the Niners have a lot of good things working for them, and Mac Jones finds himself in a very good position here. A lot better than
Yeah.
Jacksonville last year.
Yeah. Listen, Christian McCaffrey's still very good. He's still putting up great numbers when he's healthy. This was the first game watching the 49ers where I kind of looked at him and it got a little sad. I think Father Time is catching up to Christian McCaffrey. He had a carry on like the 25-yard line where there's a huge hole and he had one man to beat and he just kind of fell down. Same thing happened near the goal line on a catch. It's like prime Christian McCaffrey just makes that guy look terrible and
So
scores
silly.
a touchdown. But and then Mac Jones. Mac Jones used to hire the same PR firm that Bryson DeChambeau hired. He looks like a dork. Like on the scramble, every time he scrambles, he looks like the biggest dork in football.
Got that
They got
white
the win,
swag.
man.
They got the win. Yeah, that's what's important. But he has money. Go hire the PR firm that made Bryson look cool and make yourself look cool. You're clearly going to stay in this league for a while and be starting games every year.
Is he?
I don't know about that, Brian. I'm gonna be
The right
completely
quarterback
honest.
are getting
like,
injured. If he just stays around on rosters, like he's going to get in every year.
I mean,
mean-
yeah, like, Alabama product. So I don't know. If
Better than Bryce Young.
He's definitely better than Bryce Young. Bryce Young's atrocious.
I mean, it's 2025 and Carson Wentz is starting a football game this week.
Yeah, we have
You
Carson
never
Wentz,
know.
Tyrod Taylor, and Daniel Jones all starting quarterbacks in the NFL.
Doesn't Carson Wentz have an MVP though?
He should have had one. He got injured.
No, they robbed him.
What was that? Week 13 or 14? He got injured.
Whenever they played the Rams, he tore his ACL and then he missed
Yeah,
the
if he got
final.
injured-
All right.
When he
all
played
right.
that full season, he was the MVP of the
Even
league.
if he got injured a week,
Yeah,
ago,
he was an MVP
like 2
caliber
games.
player one
He was-
year.
the MVP of the league that year. That like 100%.
Yeah, Mac
who won
Jones
it that
is
year?
on a.
I think it was Brady.
Was that 2018?
2017. Look it up real quick.
It was the year they met up in the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
It was Brady.
yeah. They just like dude. It should have been Wentz.
Let's see.
It's so clearly it was.
So
Wentz.
yeah, Brady got 40% of the votes. No, 40 votes. Todd Gurley got 8 votes, and Carson Wentz got 2.
Yeah, but that
If he would have stayed healthy, definitely would have gotten more than Todd Gurley. Let me see.
he would have
Now I
been the
gotta
MVP.
look
It's just a joke, dude. His stats were crazy that year.
Yeah, Brady had 4,500 yards, 32 touchdowns, 8 picks. Carson Wentz had. So he did play 13 games. He got hurt in the 13th. 33 touchdowns, 7 picks, only 3,200 passing yards. But I think he had a decent amount of rushing as well, right?
Yeah, they were doing RPOs like crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had 300 rushing yards. He deserved the MVP.
Which Brady would have had, what, 10?
Yeah, but I mean, Brady had
I know he had 4,500 passing yards, but
12,000 more passing yards. That was the difference.
you mean 1,200?
Wentz had 3,300 passing yards. Brady had 4,500 passing yards.
Yeah,
So that was.
Yeah.
That was the difference.
Yes.
I cut out there. What did it sound like? I said.
12,000.
Oh no! Did I say 1,000?
Yeah.
I don't think
it was a cutout thing.
Oh,
But we'll give you the
Something doesn't
benefit of the
audio.
doubt.
well, I definitely didn't mean 1,000. But yeah, what game are we even talking about right now? Saints? Oh, Saints. Yeah, the Saints might beat the Giants in week
Might
5.
beat or beat?
I don't know.
Beat in week 5. That'll be Rattlers' first win.
Where's the game played?
It's in the bio.
Oof.
They'll probably be favored. It might be like Saints minus a half point, Saints minus 1.5.
We'll see.
Next game I just have written is Browns.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
they
mean,
got their
they got-
crap pumped
yeah.
by the Ravens. What do we?
I mean, Lamar
Molly
Jackson
Love.
was throwing the guys that they signed off the street the day before the game.
Dude, shout out
was-
D-Hop.
it was
Shout
a
out D-Hop.
And D-Hop.
Vegas. It was a Vegas script game. They knew how many props people had for Derrick Henry touchdown, and they called in and said Derrick Henry's doing nothing this game, and everybody blew up. I mean, there's just no reason Henry shouldn't have gotten a touchdown yesterday.
Yeah, Yeah, they had a 1st and goal on the 1, and they threw it like 4
And they
consecutive times.
called it in.
Yeah, don't get me started, man. Derrick Henry, that day yesterday was so disappointing. It's the freaking Browns.
Yeah, I think it's and Dylan Gabriel did get in this game and have a nice throw for a touchdown in garbage time. I think it's time just to let Joe hang out with the kids and the wife and hand the keys over to Dylan Gabriel until you hand them over to Shador Sanders.
Is Shador hurt?
No,
So apart from Joe Flacco, what does the room look like right now? Shador, Dylan Gabriel, and aren't they holding one other guy?
No, Kenny Pickett's with the Raiders now, and
they cut Snoop Huntley, right?
I didn't even know they had him. To be honest,
They brought him in because Pickett and Flacco were hurt during camp, so they needed another quarterback for some reason. They got to have one on the practice squad, right?
Did they though? Yeah, I'm sure they have one.
We'll keep rolling because Joe Flacco's obviously a veteran and will continue to
check the ball down. 30
Yeah,
times a
just
game.
like be a guy who you can throw out there and like, yeah, sure, you might lose a game, might even lose big, but it's just he's Joe Flacco, man. I don't know how to explain it.
Straight up.
Oh, they have Bailey Zappi
Just a
on the
professional.
practice squad.
Yeah,
50 touchdown passes in his last year of college football. Bailey Zappi.
Yeah, and then sucked in the NFL for.
Where'd he go? Wasn't it like a weird, like Northern
I
Illinois?
think it was
type
Western
school?
Kentucky.
Yeah, some.
Yeah, I don't even know. I just know
He
that
might have played
like
with Malachi Corley.
50 or like 55 touchdowns this last year. And then the Patriots drafted him, and I was genuinely scared they found their next Tom Brady, but I think we're clear.
Western Kentucky. Now I'm interested. Did he overlap with Malachi Corley? He played there in 2021. I don't care enough. The Saints, or not the Saints, the Browns. It's too hard to keep track of the shitty teams. It's just, I guess Flacco's cool.
They'll get one or two this year.
I think they'll get more than that. They'll probably get 4. Flacco's good for a couple against bad teams. But it's nice, like Cedric Tillman and David Njoku and Harold Fannin Jr. And they have a quarterback that can
Jerry
support
Jeudy.
fun fantasy guys at least. At least the Browns are somewhat fun in terms of you can bet on guys or have them on your fantasy team and they're watchable.
They were better when Nick Chubb was there.
I think their high bright spot is Quinshon Judkins or whatever came back and had somewhat of a decent game. 10 rushes for like 50 yards, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
it's surprising. I don't know how he already knows the plays. And Jack, things tend to get worse when the Chubb goes away.
So, do you have that at least? If it is a positive bright spot, but other than that, it's pretty gloomy per usual in Cleveland.
I gotta imagine Judkins is the starter next week. And
I don't know.
going
I mean,
forward.
he's clearly their
Yeah.
best running back.
I mean, I think it's they drafted him to be the guy, so I would assume so. I still think Samson will get some work, and Jerome Ford just doesn't need to be playing football. Honestly, he doesn't need to be getting touches.
He had a decent day in this, but that was mainly just them playing catch up and him eating up nonsense yards. But yeah, Jerome Ford needs to. He'd be a nice like RB3 somewhere, just never getting in the game. But you always know you have Jerome Ford as injury insurance. That's what his
like
role should
for
be.
the Browns.
Yeah, but they went in like with him as the. I guess he is the 3 because
They've been waiting for Judkins to get on the scene.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Do you mean to rhyme that?
I did not.
Let's go to Steelers and Seattle. This game almost lost me a fantasy matchup because Caleb Johnson does not know the rules about kickoffs.
Man, this game was infuriating. I lost a lot of faith in the Steelers after this one, and that was one of my bold predictions that they would be a playoff team and actually be pretty good. But they looked so bad in this one, and it was against the Seahawks. Like, what are we doing?
Sam Darnold, dude.
Sam Darnold had some nice plays.
I don't got anything for Sam Darnold. That was all JSN, and freaking Ken Walker woke the F up for the first time this season.
Yeah, he's always
Which I
good for a
hated
couple
to
of
see.
good games. Good for a couple missed games with injury. Like, that's Kenneth Walker. He's not.
Yeah, that's the Ken Walker experience.
I don't know. Again, you always have to gauge. Well, what is your elite bar? Like, is Ken Walker elite? Like,
No.
I'd put him as just a good running back. Better than above average, but below elite.
Like when he plays,
As far as the talent goes,
Just like what he's been so far in his NFL career, all things considered, talent, what he's done on the field,
production. I mean, when he's
everything.
on
he's
the
just
field,
never on the field.
yeah, when he's healthy, I think he's bordering that elite tier. I mean, it's really hard to mention him in the same conversation as guys like Saquon or Derrick Henry or Bijan Robinson, but like I'm not going to say he's up there, but he's not too far from them as far as other guys in the league goes. He's definitely closer to them than Jerome fucking Ford or Quinshot Judkins.
Yeah, I'm trying to do my like internal tier list. And at the top you have the Derrick Henry, Saquon, Gibbs, Bijan, and there's one more. Who were the four you just said?
Saquon, Bijan, Gibbs, Henry. I'd put
Maybe it's just this order.
Josh Jacobs up there.
Yeah, I'd put Josh Jacobs one tier below, and then I'd have. So I think you have those four, right? And then right now, this is right now. You have Christian McCaffrey, Josh Jacobs, maybe no, and I don't know really who's in that second tier of very good. There's got to be another guy I'm missing.
I put Ken Walker up there, honestly.
You put Ken Walker with like McCaffrey and Jacobs in that category? See, I put
I
him
have
one step below.
Yeah,
one step below.
Yeah, I put him like one below with the Chase Browns and kind of the.
As far as talent goes, I'm taking Ken Walker over Chase Brown. Easy.
Chase Brown ran for like 2,000 yards at Illinois. They're both Big Ten guys. I think Chase Brown had more.
At Illinois,
yeah,
brother.
Where did Kenneth Walker go?
Brother, Kenneth Walker's
his
out
team
here.
wasn't good either.
He's running for 1,000 yards against NFL teams. Like Chase Brown is. I know he had a great season
last year.
He had a great season last year, but it's a lot of. I mean, Joe Burrow throwing the ball 50 times a game definitely helps unload the box. So I don't think the production necessarily matches the talent with Chase Brown. Is what I'm trying to say.
That's fair, and yeah,
he's a better pass catcher. Jeez, dude, I'm like falling asleep. Than Kenneth Walker, and the Bengals usually have to air it out since they're losing all the time or in shootouts.
Yeah, I believe that what's his name? That Kenneth Walker played with Peyton Thorne at Michigan State. We also forgot Jonathan Taylor. I think I'd put him in that category with McCaffrey and Jacobs. James
Taylor
Cook too.
had a big day yesterday.
Yeah, he's there, but he's at the top of that list for me. Like he's almost up in the top tier.
Yeah, see, like I'd put him and James Cook in that, and then I can't put Kenneth Walker anywhere near.
I put James Cook at the bottom of that second tier.
But I think they're both in that tier. But yeah,
I really kind of want to call Jonathan Taylor in the first tier, honestly, but I won't.
I don't think you can put him on the same level as the
other four. That's fair. That's fair.
But that's the Seahawks and Steelers. Look at that. We just did 10 minutes on Seahawks Steelers.
Yeah.
Good. Let's not talk about this game anymore.
Yeah.
Were there any other 4:00 games, or do we just have Sunday Night Football left? Oh, the Panthers and the
Steelers Seahawks wasn't even a 4:00 game. That was a 1:00 game.
It was a 1:00 game.
That felt like a 4:00 game.
The 4:00 game were the Colts, Broncos, the Eagles, Chiefs,
and the Cardinals, Panthers. Cardinals, Panthers, the one we missed. Cardinals, Panthers. The Panthers covered.
The Panthers suck. Bryce Young sucks.
Yeah.
The Panthers covered the 6.5.
Yeah, they backdoored it at the end.
Yeah,
they either lost by 6 or 8.
I was watching a video. They said that was the biggest spread on the weekend in terms for Vegas. A lot of people were on the Cardinals. spread, and a lot of people were on Cardinals money line. I guess a risk advisor for the Vegas sports books was saying would have been a huge weekend for Vegas if the Panthers somehow it was already big enough that they covered, but if they somehow won that money line outright, would have been massive for the Vegas sports books.
Yeah, Panthers won the fourth quarter 13-0, and they had a chance to win the game. They got the onside kick, which never happens in the NFL anymore. Panthers,
especially because you have to declare it, tell them where you're There's no element of surprise factor anymore, and I don't know.
Yeah,
I think the only way we're going to see it get better is if we actually see the kickers do different sort of kicks, which you kind of do sometimes. Some of them will pop it up.
30. Get rid of the kickoffs. Kickoffs are so dumb now.
I can't do 4th and 30s, Brian.
4th and 25. At least make it more fun. It's a lot more fun.
It's an Auburn thing.
Oh, what's that? 4th and 29. It's not 4th and 30.
Picking and choosing, man. It's basically the same thing.
I don't want to think about that.
That was like my my 7 didn't work yesterday joke. Talking about Brian Thomas Jr.
Yep. Yeah, that's what happened in this game though. Kyler Murray's short. They need to. So the Panthers, not the Panthers. The Cardinals have gone 2,000 something days without wearing a uniform combo that has a different color pant than jersey. I feel like that would make Kyler Murray look taller to just do that. Stop wearing the all red. Looks like he's wearing a onesie meant for a child.
Can always count on Brian to give us an opinion on how our NFL players look. Big aesthetics guy.
I mean, they need to do something. He looks small. I guess they're 2-0. They're a fake 2-0 though. Are they the worst 2-0 team?
Probably. I'm trying to think of another one.
I think the only other would be
maybe the Bengals, the Colts. All right, moving on.
Vikings and Falcons, Sunday Night Football.
Yeah. Boring.
Terrible game. I'm with you, Matt. This was so freaking boring.
Snooze fest, man. Field goals back and forth while Bijan Robinson was just
chewing the clock.
Eating up.
He was eating.
Eating up yards in the open field. Couldn't get in the end zone, though.
Yeah, it was nice to see Michael Penix get revenge on McCarthy. I know it didn't really mean much, at least in monetary value to us, but it was nice to see it happen.
Yeah, I didn't even really I didn't even think about it that way. I don't
really?
know how. Yeah, not once. I mean,
the whole reason this was on Sunday Night Football.
Well, no. There obviously there was the matchup, but when it was all said and done, and Penix won, I wasn't oh, I'm glad he got his revenge on McCarthy. That thought didn't really cross my mind.
Huh? Yeah, that's the first thing.
Right, he's a petty man.
A very petty man. It was that, and wow, this punt returner for the Vikings is going to get fired. That was terrible at the end.
What, he dropped it? He muffed it?
Yeah, he buffed it.
Yeah, I think the game was kind of out of hand already, though. It's not it was it wasn't like a one-score game.
I needed more Justin Jefferson fantasy points.
Oh, that's what we were here for. Yeah, see, actually, I did start JJ in a 2-quarterback league, but I won already. His 3 points was fine.
Really helped you out.
Is this where we should bet on Carson Wentz, NFL Comeback Player of the Year?
Yes.
McCarthy hasn't looked great. Wentz comes out, has a good game.
Wentz comes out and just absolutely lights up the world.
Who do the Vikings have this week?
You just decide to let McCarthy sit for another week?
How long is he only expected to be out just this week?
Oh, no. They've got the Bengals, Brian.
Oh, dude.
They got the Bengals at home.
Sounds like a 300-yard, 3 TD game to me.
Put the ticket down.
See what the odds are looking like.
I
mean, McCarthy, though, he could probably use another year on the bench.
Yeah.
As long as somebody will start throwing TJ Hawkinson the football, he's got 4 catches on 7 targets through 2 weeks.
Yeah, he was invisible. I think his first catch was in the fourth quarter.
in the fourth quarter. Didn't have a target until the fourth quarter.
Yeah, he's
Or
too talented.
didn't have a
He's
catch
too
until the
talented a
fourth quarter.
player to not be getting the ball thrown to him more often.
Yeah, and this is without Jordan Addison on the field, who's serving
Yeah.
the suspension right now. I mean, it's Justin Jefferson who's obviously the one. He's the one in any situation on any football team. But how is Hawk not number 2?
I don't know.
Especially Aaron Jones got hurt in this one.
Jalen Naylor, for some reason, has been getting a lot of work. McCarthy might just like Jalen Naylor.
Guess so. Adam Thielen's been non-existent too.
Yeah, he's washed.
I'm not seeing odds for Nick Chubb, or not Nick Chubb, for Carson Wentz. They are giving me Taysom Hill odds, though.
You're probably not going to get him till at least tomorrow night, or
Yeah, the favorite to win comeback player of the year is Christian McCaffrey at plus 180. Dak Prescott's plus 220. Daniel Jones at plus 770. Now, the narrative there is tough because Dak, McCaffrey, and then Hutchinson at plus 450 all got hurt. Daniel Jones was just ass.
still has my vote right now. Does he not have your vote, Brian?
Yeah, I think he would too. Honestly, well, if McCaffrey just stays healthy all year, he's going to have crazy numbers because the 49ers spam him.
Especially with Kittle hurt, Ayuk hurt.
Yeah. Well, do we want to give out some superlatives and then do a little fantasy league and call it a aesthetically pleasing game of the play of the day? Aesthetically pleasing play of the day. That's a tongue twister. We're going to need to workshop the names of these. But, Jack, what's yours?
Yeah, it's going to be Bashal Tutins. I think it was like a 9, maybe 8-yard receiving touchdown from Trevor Lawrence. Catches it out in the flat, hits the defender with a dead leg, little stanky leg. Absolutely turns on the Jets afterwards and just bursts right into the end zone before anybody else could come by. It was very, very, very nice play to see from the rookie.
Yeah, I think Tootin's going to be good.
I do too.
I didn't realize how big he was. He looks like a pretty big dude, too.
He's like a bowling ball. He's like another MJD. I'm hyped.
Yeah. And does he wear number 40? No, MJD was 32.
33. I want to say it was 33.
Okay, well.
I could be wrong. It's one
That's
game.
even better. If MJD 32. Did they retire 32?
No.
They should. MJD was there for forever.
Yeah,
he wore 33 in college. He's 33. Okay. I like that number.
Yeah.
I went with James Cook for mine, number 4. That cutback was pretty gross. So a little biased because I have him on fantasy. But big day out of James Cook, and it was good to see him beat up on a bad Jets team.
Yeah, he went off.
Yeah, that play was very, very nice. I love the peekaboo in and out of his blocker and just completely changed direction 3 times. And the side he picked, no one was there. Nothing but green grass. It was a great run. Great vision.
Yeah, I think it was the Steelers' first touchdown with DK Metcalf when he mossed the guy for the touchdown. Might even get to see it here shortly on ESPN's You Got Moss segment. I don't know if they still do that, but you might get Randy Moss calling out. But yeah, DK Metcalf, the signature Moss in the end zone for the first touchdown.
That was a great play.
It was great play.
And I have DK in a lot of my leagues, which has been a little bit of a rocky start, but on that play, I was watching it. I'm like, yo, bottom of the screen, one-on-one.
You just know it's coming, dude.
One-on-one coverage right now. I'm like, yo, Rogers, just throw it up to the boy. Just do it.
The play was great. I will say Rodgers had the running back wide open over the middle on that.
Yeah,
and he wanted the better.
He wanted
the aesthetic play, dude. Yeah. There you go.
He said, let me get DK this one ball, and I'm not going to throw it to him for the rest of the day.
Essentially, that's what happened. What do you have? 4 catches, 30 yards, and a touchdown.
Like 1 catch.
Yeah,
2 catches.
It was a weird.
Maybe one. It was like 2 catches for like 11 yards and a touchdown.
Johnny Smith was scoring like it's the Arthur Smith offense.
I would look it up, but I got the game on.
Jack, your needle mover of the day.
My needle mover of the day. I actually talked about him a little earlier, gave him his flowers, but Jared Goff, dude, putting up 5 touchdowns and only incompleting 5 passes. I'm not going to do the math for you. You can do it yourself, but 23 of 28 is just great. It's efficient, no turnovers, 5 touchdowns. I mean, that's all you can ask for out of your quarterback. You do that, you don't lose football games, period. And also, it's worth mentioning, needle mover because they looked bad after last week. Their offense looked very out of sync. People were saying they might be in trouble without Ben Johnson, but they very much cleared that up this week against Ben Johnson.
Yeah, it was a fun day for 75 touchdowns.
Yeah,
on the day.
huge.
And on a
record day of scoring, I think someone said.
That's what we need and want.
Yeah, my needle mover of the day was none other than Brandon Aubrey. We talked about it earlier. When you have a guy like him, you can go from a shit team to a playoff contender, like the Cowboys are. It's a shame he's not on a playoff contender that he could put over the top to win a Super Bowl.
Maybe next year.
Is not. I'd have to go 2 guys here. I forget the exact stat lines, but Jamar Chase and Amon-Ra St. Brown both set the pace for wide receivers yesterday or 2 days ago. Just balling out, catch the ball well over 100 yards. I think Amon-Ra got in the end zone twice. Just proving why they clearly are elite level NFL wide receivers.
Yeah,
a couple. There's been a couple of guys yesterday just had monster days. Those 2 guys, Malik we talked about. Puka's been on an absolute tear to start the season. Wide receivers are looking good.
Puka's touchdown, I guess that could have been in one of the plays. He was like engulfed in his own lineman and half the defense, and then he just came sprinting out for 50 yards. He's a crazy good player.
Yeah,
he is.
That Rams offense is going to be really fun. Devontae Adams got 11 targets yesterday.
They look good.
We'll finish it off with our nosebleeds of the day. Mine, although the other quarterback got the nosebleed, the other quarterback was the nosebleed. That didn't make any sense, but it kind of did. Justin Fields sucked.
Really bad.
Yeah, he was bad. No other way to say it.
There's no other way to say it, man. That was just really horrible.
Yeah, he looked amazing in week 1 because it was the first time playing football in a while, and you can do that when you're the running quarterback guy and not nicked and bruised, and then you come into this one a little nicked and bruised, and then you get hurt. I mean, he's out now.
Yeah. Well,
I'm going to give you mine. It's the defenses. I know we just talked about record scoring, but why are we still playing defenses in fantasy football? It's about the offense. It's about the putting up points. Let's remove the defense and special teams. We don't need them in there.
I'm all for it.
Yeah, it's whatever for me.
I mean,
more of a pain in the ass to deal with.
When someone says, like, name me like 2 of the top defenses in the NFL, you think 2 of the first people, I mean, obviously there's the Eagles, but people are also thinking what? The Broncos, the Steelers. Those 2 defenses gave up like a combined 900 yards yesterday.
It was a lot.
Just ridiculous. Defenses, step up.
Yeah, I'll go with the guy on my fantasy team, wide receiver 2, Khalil Shakir. 1 point in a game where the Bills scored like 30-plus points.
Yeah, I
think a rocky road for him.
This is why I'm very excited what I've seen from Cook, because I think in that Bills passing offense, at least, it's going to be a different guy every week.
Yeah. Keon Coleman, wasn't exactly spectacular. He was better than Shakir, but I don't think he didn't have the same kind of game he had week 1. That's for sure.
Yeah, it was definitely
really throw at all.
That's exactly what I was going to say. Much more of a run dominant game, whether that was by design or Josh Allen getting hit in the face and not really being able to see straight and throw the ball. So I think it kind of just was the way that this one went, but that's kind of been what's been going on in Buffalo for at least 2 or 3 years now. Ever since Stephon Diggs left, it's been, who is it this week? Is it Dawson Knox or Dalton Kincaid or Khalil? Or James Cook, you never really know who's going to put up all the points.
No.
And then except for, and then it just ends up being Josh Allen for 50 and everybody else just gets scrapped. So
Yeah.
Yep. And shout out Mitchell Trubisky coming in and throwing an absolute rifle on like his first snap.
He did.
Outside the hashes, down the field, those were pretty good.
It's a really nice throw.
But Jack, I think if you want to wrap it up here with a little fantasy league recap, I know we had a crazy week with all the touchdowns.
Yes. So I just got a couple of notes for everybody that's keeping tabs on the Views Fantasy League this year. Let's go back to week 1. Matt, got to give you your flowers. Only one out of us 3 to get the win week 1. Absolute nail biter. Zay Flowers puts up just enough on Sunday Night Football to get you that win. He's been hammering it through the first 2 weeks. How you feeling about him?
A lot of people were kind of down on Zay Flowers this year. I feel like slipped on a lot of draft boards, and he's proving. We always knew the skill was there, the ability of Lamar to get him the ball. Gives me a little bit of Rashee Rice vibes on the Chiefs, kind of how they utilize him. So I think we're kind of seeing that next step breakout at Zay Flowers early this year. And I think it'll continue to roll as the Ravens look good, regardless of that, kind of week 1 blown lead.
Yeah, that's very nice. Yeah, Brian, I would ask you about your team, but I don't really care about your team. We both
a lot of points this week, my friend.
You did, but who's outscoring you?
Oh, can I plead the fifth there?
Yeah, go for it. I'm looking to outscore the defending champ, Ben, by 100 points this week. So
it's a rough start for Ben.
Yeah, he's about to start 0-2 and hasn't put up 100 points either of the week. So very tough start so far. But Brian, how are you feeling about your team?
I feel good. I'm a little worried about Jaden Daniels' knee. Apparently it's just a sprain, but he might miss at least this week. More worried about that for the MVP future than his fantasy prospects. But yeah, Malik Neighbors, Brian Thomas Jr., Trevor Lawrence has to learn that he has Brian Thomas Jr. on his football team. If he doesn't do that, then I'm not going to win this league.
Brian, look at the target numbers. He had like 9 targets or something like that in this game. He just couldn't catch the football.
Jack, this is the second year in a row I've drafted a big member of the Jaguars offense for the sole purpose of when they're bad, I have you to complain to on this show.
So is that why we're doing this? So you can. So that's why you put this in the show for tonight, so you could vent about Brian Thomas Jr.'s first 2 weeks in this league.
Pretty much, yes.
Oh my Lord.
Yeah, I really like my team though. Just to wrap it up, Evan Ingram has not been good. That is something I thought he was going to be great in the offseason, and it has not come to fruition. So I got to pivot there. But besides that, the rest of the team's looking really good.
Happy to hear that. Matt, how are we looking?
For what, this week or just an overall outlook?
Overall outlook through 2 weeks. I mean, you learned some things about your players, like Zay Flowers being a beast, and how are we feeling about the whole thing?
I feel good about the team. I think I have CJ Stroud in there, who's looking okay to start. There might need to be a quarterback conversation as we go through here. There's some guys on the waivers who will always be there. But I think right now the glaring, not even issue, but maybe a potential early thing to address the quarterback position. So not sure when we'll address that. Maybe CJ Stroud has a monster night. We'll know as we're watching this tomorrow. Already an early touchdown to Nico Collins, but we'll see kind of how that goes on the rest of the night. And so overall concern I think is potential quarterback issue if he doesn't figure it out quickly. But we'll see what happens, man. We'll see what happens. I like the running backs: Jacobs, Hubbard, Amon-Ra. Didn't realize Tyreek had that big of a day. He was the last leg in my parlay for a touchdown score. Had 4 picks, only one not to hit Tyreek Hill. So ghost leg.
Yeah, he finally connected on a deep ball, but Tua literally just threw it up in the air, and Tyreek Hill just ran this way, saw it, ran the other way, just so his guy wouldn't catch up to it. But he just waited there and caught it, and he wasn't getting very far after that. It's not like Tua hit him in stride, is what I'm trying to say.
No, it yeah, it is what it is. But no, I feel good, and even though it's, I think we'll see how the week plays out, but I think I'm projected to lose right now unless CJ Stroud can figure it out a bit. But yeah, man, it's a long season.
It's a long season, and it's anybody's game. I know me and Brian, I just told you that we started out the season with a loss, but we're both going to get the win this week, and there might only be 2 2-0 teams moving into week 3. So, very competitive league.
Yeah.
Who are the 2 2-0 teams?
Well, I'm gonna have to pull that up, Brian. Now you got to make me do a whole bunch of
You wrote
extra
down
shit.
that there's 2, but you didn't write down who they were.
Brian, you know that the team names in here, it can get a little dicey sometimes. Can't write all that out.
Definitely could get a little dicey.
I mean, they're
I agree with Jack.
I think about the kids.
I would proceed with caution with having some names on paper in my
All right.
presence.
I do have them for you, though. The guaranteed 2-0 teams, there's 2 of them. Metcalf Gear Solid, Mr. Noah Tannen. And who's the other one here?
Well, while you're finding that, I will say I'm happy for Noah because he's a fellow Giants fan, and I'm sure he was not happy watching that game yesterday, 2 days ago.
And the other team that will most definitely be 2-0 is either Team Bottom Feeders, Nick Stewart, or Team Bussy Liquor 3000.
There's one of the names.
Bussy Liquor 3000. So, yeah. So I'm not exactly sure who that is, but Nick Stewart, writer for Views from Section 400. Go check out his work on the website. He is playing Team Bussy Liquor. They're both 1-0, so whoever can pull out of that one will also remain 2-0. We've got 2 guaranteed 2-0s. Everything else is up to chance.
And we have an Emeka Egbuka touchdown.
Dude,
in the Monday Night Football game.
is
Emeka Egbuka.
That's what I said, Emeka Egbuka.
Better.
What did I say the first time? Emeka?
I think you said EG. I think you said EG.
Yeah, it is EG. Emeka Egbuka.
All right, I think I messed it up.
On that note, I think it's
Go
time to go
Bucks.
watch some football and wrap it up here. It's an hour and a half show, boys.
Oh yeah,
Bucks.
that's the one thing with football season is these things get lengthy.
Yeah, well, we were a day late for the listeners, so
They wait $1. Oh my god, I can't even speak, dude. I need to work, dude. I need to work on managing the rest. Whatever. We'll lock back in. Long season. They're not going to take me out this early, but we'll be back.
You are now in the mix with DJ
Go Birds,
Savage.
2-0. Big game this weekend.
Go Bucks. Win this game right now.
investigate the end of Greece, Finland.